The lights go out, we will blast away now, and a bad start by Jamie Orton, who goes nowhere. He creeps away, everybody swerves around him, but all the good work in qualifying is undone as Dan Harper leads down towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. It's Harper, Perez, Vaughan, Gamble, Plato, and then Leonard in the top six as they dive through Paddock. Seventh is Tom Roach, eighth is Jack McCarthy. Change that, McCarthy goes seventh on the inside as Roach goes wide. So Tom Roach drops back a spot, down to eighth. There's almost more drama ahead as Jack McCarthy tries to get past Carl Leonard. Side by side, second in the AM class. Justin Sherwood looks to get past John Ferguson. Wide in, tight out, doesn't quite pay off for him. So John Ferguson, with years of Formula Ford 1600 racecraft under his belt, knows exactly where to position the car to defend. So Sherwood again looks for the wider line into Paddock. Can he go all the way around the outside? He's going to try, but it won't work.
No, and it's difficult to get the cutback when you're on the wider line that's a little bit damper. So John Ferguson driving a very good defensive race here.
He's only going to get better, isn't he, the more time he has on the car. But he's wide at Druids, and Justin Sherwood pounces, and he's ahead coming down to Graham Hill Bend, and he's got the job done this time.
Can Perez get up the inside into clearways, or is he going to have to wait? Yes, he gets cleanly through, but he will have lost a bit of time there. The gap was a second coming across the line. We'll see what it is coming through this time. There's a bit of a slide. Kicks on from Perez. And I've seen spots of rain. I don't know whether it's raining a little bit more again. Harper's been held up again by Richard Hawkins, and Perez has had a really good run through this time. The gap's going to come down on this lap, so it ebbs and flows.
When Seb Perez came into the championship last year, he made the odd error, certainly in the first weekend at Brands Hatch. But this has been a very impressive drive because he's got a race winner. Oh, having said all of that, he's going to lose out by going wide at Paddock. Through on the inside goes Lewis Plato. Sorry, Seb. Richard Hawkins goes down a lap again, Jack McCarthy. Esme Hawkins has to switch to the outside to go past the slower car, and that's broken up that pack. The reigning AM class champion feeling the pressure with only a couple of corners to go as they head up towards clearways now. Can Sherwood find a gap on the inside? He has a little look as Dan Harper comes up towards the timing line. Dan Harper will win round one of Carrera Cup GB for 2019. Second is going to be Lewis Plato, and third is going to be Seb Perez. A double winner last year, Dan Harper wins round one of Carrera Cup GB ahead of Lewis Plato. The gap at the flag, 2.3 seconds with Seb Perez third. Lights go red, engine notes rise, 34 laps of action is go, and a really good start made from Lewis Plato from the second row of the grid, who gets himself past Seb Perez and then up to Paddock Hill Bend, attacks George Gamble on the outside line, goes for the race lead. But Dan Harper is still trapped behind Carl Leonard, who is a very handy Pro-Am. It's not going to be easy to get past him, but Dan commits. The Porsche Junior goes to the inside line, and this time it should work. Yes, it does. Dan Harper goes by. There, Richard Hawkins was ahead. Up the inside, tries to go night. Is there a gap? Not really. There was when he finished, but unfortunately that meant he went into the gravel. Now, we've not seen much of Lewis Plato for a while, but he's still pushing hard to try and dislodge George Gamble. Can he apply the pressure and make a move for the race leaders? Dan Harper goes to the outside for third place at Druids, but again, Seb Perez defends really well here. Downhill they come through Graham Hill Bend. Harper tries to get the cut back. Yes, this time he's nailed it. He's up the inside. There's just about the room. Through he will go. Dan Vaughan closing right up, but finally Dan Harper has done it. Through he goes, and he deserved that. He has worked really hard for that place. On board with Tom Roach, out of Paddock Hill Bend. Now further up the road ahead, the next target is Esme Hawkins. As you look now at what's going on in Pro-Am, where Carl Leonard, Jamie Orton and Jack McCarthy have got themselves together. So this is now a three-way class lead battle. It means that Dan Vaughan is up past them as well. He's getting away from Carl Leonard further up the road. Esme Hawkins is at the back of this group. She's also in Pro-Am. So it's very nearly four of them together for the class honours. And Richard Hawkins is not yet for getting out of the way, is he? Dan Harper dives through on the inside, makes the move work. And George Gamble is doing his best to build that lead, and he has built it. 1.9 seconds. Carl Hennig onto the tail of Hawkins. Through he comes, looks to the inside line. Richard Hawkins defends nicely. And Carl Hennig just swoops around the outside there. George Gamble goes through, and look in the background. Dan Harper is right on the tail of Lewis Plato. That illustrates the pace, and it makes you wonder what would have happened had he been able to get past Perez earlier. And he's going to make the move straight away. Brilliant stuff by Dan Harper. Gets the switch back. He catches, and he's straight onto the money going up towards Druids, but he can't quite get the move completed. Stays alongside. Up the curb he goes. Power on, back wags, but it is just Plato, Lewis Plato, that hangs on to second place down the Graham Hill Bend. Will he go wide? Can Dan Harper cut up alongside him? Not there, he can't. He goes for the inside line, but Plato has just got the drive in the corners. through the left, through the right. Plato hangs on to second spot. Harper crawling all over the back of him now. They're going to make the run to the flag. It's going to be a win for George Gamble, but this could be a side-by-side finish for second place. Can Dan Harper dive out of the draft at the last moment as George Gamble wins round 2 of Carrera Cup? Second does go to Lewis Plato, and third to Dan Harper. George Gamble wins round 2 here at Brands Hatch with Lewis Plato second and Dan Harper right with him at the flag.